Welcome to another episode of React Up. And, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to just look and enjoy and say nothing. But I feel like I'm inclined to do it. So I watched Pop the Balloon live, and I, I have to say that I'm a little disappointed. Now, before I go ahead and show the images of, because I can't do the whole video because, copyright and everything. So I'm going to show some images of what I seen in there that, I found questionable. Now, my overall opinion of this is that it was a very reality, like a very Netflix reality type of show. And for me, it was some things in there were just a little like, why did we do that? No, why are we changing? We looking at a concept and then changing the format of the concept and making it Hollywoodish, very reality type of television, the very comical and everything. But let me go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and share some of these things in here that I just didn't like. Okay. So first off, this is how it started off. Okay. So it start off with, I'm gonna go ahead and meet with Yvonne, and then BM comes in and, says, hey, you need this balloon, and, get prepared for all the things they're about to say, yada, 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 whatever. Because we know that on the show, they say some outlandish things, it just happens. They say just outlandish things. So this to me was, I think it really wasn't needed. We already know that they're the executive producer. We really didn't have to put them on screen. They could have stayed in the background. It felt a little offbeat to me. I don't want to say cringe, but it was just kind of like, it felt like it was like they were overdoing it. So if y'all know, Yvonne is from the episode, from the series Insecure and everything. Now, I haven't watched Insecure. I watched like a few episodes. Not a lot of episodes, just a few episodes. But, we'll get to that. All right. So this is the stage right here. Okay. Round stage, we keeping with the tone of the white background and everything. You have the beautiful ladies over here, and you have 4 ladies to the left, you have 4 ladies to the right. Now, I don't like this setup because again, what it looks like that very reality show type of vibe. Like you're trying to keep the concept as much as possible, but you're getting this reality show vibe, right? We're used to them standing in one line. You got your guests coming in from the left. They're asking them questions and everything. I feel like one thing that I had mentioned, when watching Pop the Balloon, you have those people that are probably amateurs to being on TV, probably amateurs to being on camera and everything. So they're nervous, so, they're trying to protect their image as well as, have a conversation and try to find love. In this scenario, I don't feel like that's so. These ladies are too comfortable on camera. They're talkative, they're comical, and not saying talkative is wrong, but there's not enough. They're not letting the contestant get out any information about them. We can't get no questions asked. It was very little questions asked. It was more comedy than anything, and I just kind of found that like, okay, like we're trying to get to know the person that's coming on, and they popping their balloons before they even said anything, which does happen, but it's just, I don't know, it's just the way that it was done that I couldn't rock with. So when we jump to the next one, if you notice, if you watched it, or if you haven't watched it, if you notice, Yvonne has the card upside down. So you can see that there's some flaws going on in here. And again, this is what happens during the live show, is that you have these mistakes that you can't readily just cover up, right? They're there. So you have to live and die by them, right? So here she had, if you can see it, you probably can't see it, but if you can see it, or if you watch it, or if you have watched it, go back and watch it. She had the card upside down. And I like to point out these little small intricacies that kind of occur during the show. But she had the card upside down, and it was like, you didn't check to see if you had the cards upright, or maybe she was just ad-libbing through the whole thing. I don't know. Now then we have this. So the dude decided that he wanted to come on stage, and he brought a plant with him or whatever. And you see a few ladies had popped and everything, and it was just crazy. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, he popped, and it was just, I don't know. Like, he grabbed the flower, started walking with it, and was kind of peeking through the flowers and stuff like that. And it was a lot. It was a lot for me. I don't know about for anybody else, but I was just kind of looking at it like, okay, well, why are we doing this, dude? Like, what's the benefit here? What's the benefit? So then, and I got a video here. I'm gonna show y'all the video what it looked like. So then we have this here. Okay, we have this here. Why do we have this? Like, I don't know about everybody else, but I kind of like the idea of having those people just kind of in the background picking up. They got a whole balloon crew. Bring the balloons out, sweeping up the balloons. I know it's a live show. I get it. So seeing it like up close in person was kind of like, wow. Like, they ain't even be like, hey, just move back a little bit and come through with the big broom. You just really push some things. So this will, it's okay because it's a live show, right? But I was just kind of like, wow, like, I'm kind of, you're kind of used to that nuance of the camera going on to the next next contestant, and then their balloons is there, and then there's no residue that you see. I'm kind of used to that, but seeing this, I don't know. It just feels like kind of stagey and everything. I seen a few things on. I said it seemed kind of scripted, but understand that these people are used. Some of these people are probably used to being in the limelight. They're either influencers or they're in front of the camera, or how the case is. Like, they're used to that type of thing. So then we have this right here. So then there's this when they come down to the final pick, and they're right there at the front, and they're about to have a conversation. So in this one, they bring them to the front, they dim the lights down in the back, draw them all to the front in the middle. Now, and on this one, they pop their balloons still for the same dumb reasons they normally pop the balloons from, but on this one, it just seems more staged. It seems more elaborate. The reasons are even more ridiculous, more over the top. They were talking about, oh, we weren't feeling the shirt, we wasn't feeling. It's just the same things, but they were doing more. They were doing more conversation. The host was doing a lot of comedy, a lot of conversation. It doesn't seem like they were really trying to find love, more so just trying to attract people to watch because it's Netflix. It's kind of like Netflix took something that was great and was like, all right, here you go. And it really just, to me, just kind of just dropped the ball on it. I think that it could have been done better, and they probably need to refine it a little better. Maybe change the host out and not have it so comedic. Because it seems like this is more for entertainment than it is to find love, which when you watch it online, it does provide a level of entertainment, but you could also see like, oh, well, I want them two people to be together. Oh, you know what? I like his responses, or you know what? You kind of gain something from it. This is more so just entertainment value, and it just takes away from the actual concept of trying to find love. So but back to this, they draw them in. And in this one, they didn't even ask each other questions. They're just there. They didn't even ask each other questions or anything. So it was just kind of like, man, like, why are we doing this? And then we get to this point where she asked this guy, he part of the balloon crew, like, hey, where these guys going wrong at? I honestly, I really think that this was pointless. I don't even think that we even needed to have this conversation, honestly. Because and then he tried to shoot his shot. He was like, hey, you over there looking like Mary J. Blige and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, hey, you shooting your shot too? Like behind the scenes shooting their shot. So, it looked like, you were trying to at first I thought it was BM at first, and then I was like, when the light came on him, because the light was off, the light came on him, was like, oh, it's not. It's just some guy, and they asked him for his opinion. I don't know why that matters, but it did. So then is this guy, which I've seen this guy before. I've seen him on other reality shows. That's how you know this is more so for entertainment value. This is this is pretty much what they brought it in for, is to make it entertaining. I think they seen SNL and was like, hey, let's capitalize on that. We can make it entertaining too. Matter of fact, we can probably do it better. And this was the result. This was the result. This is a very comedic, entertaining reality show type of thing. You know, I can't even classify this as an actual dating show, because not everybody in every round they popped, and that was it. So he's actually from another reality show, and he stated, he's like, I'm from another reality show, but you know, in my younger years I was this, and in my older years I'm this. It's almost like they were just kind of pulling some people out of the hat at this point. And then they had like this backstage conversation type thing. Like they would go off camera and, you know, they would talk backstage and give their review and report, understanding and everything. And it's like, again, not needed. It's not for 45 minutes. You're going through this, and it didn't keep my attention. I just felt like this was just poorly executed. They could have did it so much better. And there's 5 episodes of this on Netflix. 5 episodes. So I don't know how they're going to get this together by the next episode. So let's keep going. So then we have this right here, which this was ridiculous. So we were at the final circle again. They dim the lights in the background, put the spotlight on him, and he's having a conversation between 2 women. This had to be ad-libbed at this point. We just shooting a gambit at this point, because ain't no way. What if it was 3 women? And then with them being on both sides, with the women being on both sides, like 4 over here, 4 over there, it really makes no sense. Like it's hard to even communicate, because you're looking back and forth, the whole setup is just horribly executed, in my opinion. But this is like the Pop the Balloon. Like he's standing up there with 2 young ladies, and you know he's talking to both of them. I just think this is just is crazy to me. It's crazy. So that's my perspective on, you know, Pop the Balloon. I did have a video. I don't know what happened to the video. Let me see if I can pull up. I just want to show you that one piece from what the guy did. This is it right here. This is a little one piece that the guy did. You know, he just kind of just snuck in, like what is this? This is how you know it's for entertainment value. This piece right here. This is how you know it's entertainment value. Like it's cringe. Like I hate to say that, but it's cringe. You know, and trying to wrap my head around it was already difficult enough. Trying to wrap my head around it. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. That's my reaction to this. I really think they could have done so much better with this product. And maybe they don't need to do it live, because there's a lot of things that they need to work on. Maybe this is not a show that should be done live. And if it is to be done live, don't make it for entertainment purpose. Like we like the concept, but keep the value that it provides as well. Like keep the value, like change it up or something. Like you still have time, Netflix, you still have time to change it up and make it work. Put all the ladies on one side. You know, don't make the guys come in through the back. You know, make them come off, offside or something like that. Like I will, if anybody remembers the Dating Game, where you had a contestant on one side, you had the wall, and then you had all the contestants on the other side. It could be something like that. They could be not necessarily sitting down, but you know, I don't know. Like y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think should be the change and how can they improve this show. I really wasn't gonna do it, but I felt like I was obligated to. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, Stay tuned for the next one. I'll catch y'all the next go around. Peace.